gentlemen in the mix.
Hello, Tritos. Welcome to the stream. Sorry, a little late, but there's just a few things we can look at today. Starting out, because crypto, Bitcoin, buyers defended again. We had a pretty wild 3+% swing today from the lowest lows on Bitcoin, 42K, 42,060, all the way up to a high of 43,563. But let's just look at Spirit Airlines here, that down 47%, down another nearly 5% after hours, coming off of the news that them and JetBlue cannot merge due to antitrust laws. Okay, so that really killed it. And I mean, straight up, man, if you just look at right here, please tell me, like, there's not much difference between the inverse of save and Bitcoin on the daily. I mean, you're talking like, okay, you're just making these higher lows and then this huge run. This was the ETF, almost 40, it was a 49K, and then you just had this major drawdown, and then, but hey, Bitcoin's still just making this higher low, the same low. So win huge 50% rally on Bitcoin. I'm just saying, the trend is your friend still on Bitcoin, and we'll look at it. Just think about like that, okay? This demand line probably extends out even more. Look at that. Just a crazy demand line, crazy trend. And then we'll look at Phun, but I'm just saying, while it's fresh on the mind. It's like, you got an uptrend, man. An uptrend, and buyers defended, and then you got some follow through on the defense. Up and down, up and down. I mean, this thing go to 42K again, go down to $1,000, and there's still like no problem. I'm talking about maybe like the 12-hour. Like, you remember what we just looked at, and then it's just right here. Flip the chart over. It's like Spirit Airlines. Spirit Airlines, dude. Just because this happened doesn't mean the trend's over. The trend's reversed. It's the same price. I mean, the inflection point from history being defended. It's just, if this was a downtrend, this doesn't like make me feel good. This is like, oh, this is a violent short squeeze. Yeah, that'd be like a short squeeze. Violent, fast, and that was it. So, right, doesn't it seem like a little similar? The inverted chart. Dang, man. Right? Because like, if we're talking about just levels from history right here, you know. All right. There's a level. One time, then twice. So you got to be still, look, you can stay optimistic on Bitcoin until the price falls below 42K, and then you really like no more, I mean, hopium or anything below 40,665. That's where you're going to 35 easily, or way lower. There's just not much there. So, but until that changes, you're okay. So, Spirit Airlines destroyed, lowest price seen ever, literally ever, and just closed slightly above this swing low from the COVID crash in the May 2020. Hey, just a good example of confirmation lows. Remember one time and then the second time. Always looking for the confirmation low. First time, okay, you might get some crazy runs, but eventually, over time, you'll get a second test. All right, we want to have fun, pretty hot and tempting fun, because pH. Sorry, dude. It was crazy party, and the party ended as soon as the day of trading concluded, where you can see this blue line right here is where Phun is trading at after hours. Went up 453%, and it's down 66% after hours. So closed at 42.4 cents, and is currently, as I'm speaking to you, trading at 14.2 cents. So a lot of fours and twos. So
is that a joint?
Whatever. This was, again, there was no edge. Just like Chili's coin pumped today, and people like talking crap because I'm like, hey man, you know, yesterday, 2 days ago, whatever, on Chili's, there was no like framework that someone could construct that would imply that Chili's is going to pump 20% the next day. There was nothing. And that's all I talked about. But it pumped because the coin flip, right? When there is no discernible edge, there's always a chance, man. 50%, flip it, lands on your side. Maybe you get a 450% pump, 20% pump, whatever. But then, hey, if that coin landed on the other side, you have no framework to go with. It could have been down 20%. But yeah, rejoice for the Moon Boys on Chili's coin, dude. But guess what? Something that did have a discernible edge, where there was a framework where someone could recognize a confirmation low at a key inflection point and an already reversed trend. What was it? What was it? What was the asset? A recent trade setup called Blur. BLUR. Blur coin. I mean, was just like half a cent or less away from the first target. So that's it, man. Fun. Okay, it saw its highest levels since July and is now seeing its lowest levels since December 5th. Just ridiculous, man. Just two of the crazy things that occurred. There were, every sector was in the red today outside of the technology sector. So,
technology.
I mean, if you want to, well, I guess we'll go to Bitcoin and look at the big four, and then we'll switch it back. Those were way more crazy stories than Bitcoin, but I still think that, like, man, what the buyers tried to do today and yesterday was great. I mean, off of Friday, man, that was some scary stuff. Bearish and golden candle, break in below 42K, break in technically below this demand line here, but then immediately no follow through. Buyers defended it all. And then today, you even got kind of it was real. It was like a back test. During that crazy 3% drawdown that lasted a very short period of time at the beginning, like a stock market open today, that was a back test. And then since then, it was a run all the way up to 43,600 and change, almost 600, whatever. And you're just sitting here. Once they tried, and then maybe twice. Gotta wonder. And we discussed if the buyers truly can defend 42K. There's really not much of anything there till 44.4, 45.5. So I still think, like, if they are defending it, or witnessing the action of defense of levels from history, not just an upslipping demand line that goes back to late October, but also the one that goes back to 2021, the top of the inflection zone right here, January 2021. I mean, there could be some serious positive consequences off of this price action at this level. It's not just 1 and 2. If you go like you can just see it. Like, once they tried, and now twice, maybe thrice they've tried. But yeah, there's that 4-hour 200. You can't break that, not yet. Asia is awake, and Asia doesn't have any more money. Speaking of Asia, you want to take a look at some pure destruction. The Hang Seng Index. That's right. Down 2+% today. Lowest daily candle close since November of 2022. But is trading the same price it was trading at in 1997. Look, 2006, 2000, 1999. To 1997. You see how bad it is? And that's a key level. I mean, that's like Bitcoin's, 42K right there, right? Like that first peak from years ago. You're trading well below that now. That's some technical trepidation. I would fear for HSI below 16.7, 18.438. That's very bad. Like, hey, man, yeah, M-shape gonna complete? Well, you're getting close to the PCZ. I wouldn't trust it at all. Never trust communist Chinese stuff, okay, on a chart, never. Maybe type 2, but type 1, you're approaching. Like, you're on a crash collision course for the 886. And this will just be a standard bullish bat pattern. No bids yet. No positive price action yet. I would let this thing keep rolling, man. Who knows what it could turn into if things get really bad. Because what happens if it just breaks through the X point? Well, then you got yourself a crab pattern. And the 1618, Larry, 97.11. Could you imagine a crab? That's pretty confluent with a couple levels from history. The swing low from 2004. 2008, and it would exceed it. It would exceed it. Doesn't mean that it couldn't see a 1414, 1272. Yeah, that's right around the 1414. So just very bad. Anything below 16772, 18438, you better be looking out, man. And then no different for Hong Kong. Hong Kong, bing bong. All right, breaking below 15.9, 16.1. Very, very bad. Hey man, normally I'm plotting these levels for reasons and just showing you historical reasons. Okay, some price action, resistance, support, right? Resistance. Okay. Oh, then it flipped support in 2011. This goes back to 2008, 2006. Yikes. Broken. And look how it was regarded as support with a bullish hammer on December 11th for one last loser bounce. And now trading at the lowest price seen since November of 2022. This was around the Scott Carney meetup, the Mitch Ray Scott Carney meetup in Vegas. I remember walking through the casino floors and after a poker session and like all my alerts on these Asian markets are like beeping like crazy. I'm like, oh my God, Asia's collapsing and we're in Vegas. I'll never forget, and well, here we are again, rivaling those levels. So yeah, you same old bat pattern, getting close to the PCZ. I wouldn't touch it. The only time you touch harmonics for real is when, first off, it's not Hong Kong or communist China. Normally it's when a type 2 return on an S coin. Okay, I get it. If like HK33, the Hong Kong stock market ends up looking like, Uniswap on the weekly in 6 months, I'm probably not going to buy it, just saying, but like someone might, okay? Someone might have an argument to be able to buy it. But it hasn't even hit the 886 yet. See, I mean, even Uniswap, they exceeded the 886 first time. And you went to more like a 98% retrace. But then think about what's going to happen. Got to happen on the daily. You got to have the reaction and then the reversal. And that takes, on significant time scales, that took about 145 days. And by the way, Uniswap looking fantastic. Confirming a bottom here. Uptrend is confirmed. You're in an uptrend, right? Higher highs, higher lows. And you've already hit one target of the trade setup. Life is good on the Uniswap chart. Not so good on the Asian markets. Is that what people do, Johnny? They feed their kids with jobs? Well, there you go, man. There you go. So good to see everyone on this just standard Monday, where I know half of y'all are in the U.S. I'd say about 70% of y'all are freezing right now outside. Where I'm from is a tundra. It is not very far from here, too much, but like impassable roads, ice and snow, and down here it's like 80 plus degrees. I turn on my air conditioning unit. All right, humble brag. But yeah. All right, man. Uniswap, there's that daily candle high close back from September 2020, and you're on the cusp. Please have your alert set up around $7. So if you hear the beep, some major level is being threatened, being tested to break, where you could be seeing your highest high since this beautiful harmonic framework concluded its development with a major markup. Okay, so yeah, I mean, we kind of looked at Bitcoin for a minute, talking about it looks definitely like the inverse of Spirit Airlines. And Spirit Airlines just had a short squeeze. And then if this followed the Spirit Airlines chart, you would be getting something like this next. All right, let's let the Spirit inverse correlate with Bitcoin and save. Yeah, so, but another asset that did very well, outperformed the living crap out of Bitcoin today, was Ethereum. I mean, it was so close. Let's see here. Yeah, second highest daily candle close in 21 months. Second highest. Can't believe it. And the strength of Ethereum, kind of interesting. It's elevated and already trying to pivot. Look at this nasty bearish engulfing Marabazoo already invalidated with the close today. And it looks like you're going for another 2720 test. They keep it up. It's beautiful though. So if Bitcoin just hangs out, look what's probably going to happen to Ethereum. It's going to continue to rise. And then, the hardest target, $2,900 to $3,000. ETH to BTC, I'd imagine, I haven't looked at it, I would imagine that Ethereum to Bitcoin has broken back into the trading range based on maybe the performance today, but you're probably really close. way back, but no back test. So what we want, which we may not get, but you really want to see something like this soon. Because if you get that, then that's the dream. That's the spring back test. That's where you could take action. How could you take action on this? I don't know if you really want to be buying Ethereum to Bitcoin. You would probably be allocating more of your Bitcoin position into Ethereum, right? Your US dollar pairings. Because if this, if this happens, it's a confirmed head fake. It's a confirmed failed bearish breakdown, and it would be similar to what happened to BNB. You get like 2 of them. Oh my God. There's wide open spaces. That's what you covet if you want to be able to really take action. But the great news is, just with some candle close confirmation, false bearish breakdown for now. But again, you're looking to take action. You're always looking for this. You're always looking for, all right, false bearish breakdowns happen, but then you're looking for the back test. And you don't have that yet, but very well soon. Very well could be soon. Hello?
SEC vs Coinbase hearing started today. Tomorrow we should know if they will dismiss or continue forward. They were accused of selling securities. If not dismissed, we won't return for another year for discovery. But if dismissed, ALT rally.
Bet won the bet too. Thank you so much. I don't know. Like, maybe. Thank you, dude. So BNB, right? Again, if we want Ethereum to Bitcoin to really do it well with confirmation, which you may never get it, but you're looking for it, right? Just like on Chili's coin, before this freaking pump, you're looking for things that would precede it, right? I mean, a lot of it looked no different than many other altcoins. In fact, it looked a little worse, because what a lot of these altcoins are doing is these zones and levels from history are being broken, and they're being kind of back tested and defended as support. Whereas Chili's had like confirmed a top up here with all this nasty divergence, and then just pivoted at the 200 simple moving average with no local. I mean, I'm not seeing, like, I want to see stuff like this. If you really want me to say I might take a chance on it, I want to see something like that. And you didn't get it. And sometimes, okay, so flip your coin, go to the roulette table. The person who bet on Chili's won a coin flip. Congratulations. 18,000 of these coin flips. But what I like better are, so I'm not saying it looked bearish. I'm saying flip your coin, because there's no framework for us to identify that really gives us a discernible edge. But then you go to something like FTM, and it's completely understandable why someone might be cautiously optimistic to be taking along. Because look, this is the level from history. You see it? It's such a real level. It's so many swing highs and lows. So many times from history, it's been defended as support or resistance before massive price action after that. Okay, you're in an uptrend. We understand. Bullish trend. Okay, nice correction. And look what they did. The sellers really tried to break that level, but they failed. And look, once and then twice, and then you go to 12 hours, something that looks beautiful. Crap, hold on. My visibility goes away on some of these. I want to keep this up so you can see it. Sorry. It should be visible there. These levels should be visible too. Just want you to see, because like the daily, it's tough because there's not that much data, but the 12-hour, you're starting to get enough data to be able to maybe draw some conclusions. This is incredible. This is like an uptrend, long-term uptrend with a confirmation low. Hey, wait a second. I know about confirmation lows. Yeah, Chili's wasn't showing this. So this is more like if you're going long on this, stop loss below 37.8 cents. Let it ride. Easy target, 52, 53 cents max upside with a confirmation low, and the second low happens to be higher than the first low. More pronounced back test of the key level from years ago. This is something you can strategize. And just because like I talk crap about, someone requests the asset, yes, look at this. It's like a drag. It's the dragon, a weird looking dragon. But just because if there's no edge and the asset, and I say that, and the next day or two the asset jumps 20%, it's on people like talking crap, like people talking trash, and it's like, wait a second, but it's about the framework. It's about traditional technical analysis. It's not about random pumps and dumps. Speaking of random pumps and dumps, or way less random pumps and dumps, how about Blur? It was identified on stream. Someone requested this. And it's like, wait a second, man. You're in an uptrend. You this crazy reversal. And then look at this level. Defended once, then twice. Bullish pin bar. Back above it. And it's just, I think it was the date of January 10th was this trade setup posted. I didn't even have that one. Oh. I always look at it. It's so close to the freaking target now. It's like, why not? Throw it into the basket of the legendarium of the TA being respected, man. Here it was. It was just like, sir, could you please look at Blur coin? I must feed my family. All right, sir. We'll look at it.
Pay attention, chat.
Just hold
Gym
on.
to session underway. Always appreciated, Lord Ray Dollar.
Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate you, man. I mean, it was just as simple as simple does. Like, okay, there's the level, and then okay, we're technical analysis framework. What, one time the sellers tried, then the second time they tried and they failed, and on the second time there was seller exhaustion. Wait, the trend was up. Okay, the failed bearish breakdown was the trigger, and there you have it. I mean, look, right? It would have hit today. 73.9. Okay, 74.3. So do you see how close it is already within days of that target? And second target would be like Babe Ruth swinging for the fence.
Can you check
But there was
Pepe
like, there was like
Frontalens
some sort of argument I could construct to you.
0.005900000 ETH.
And I could show my work live on stream. And so people keep coming back, right? But then you go to Chili's and it's like, I didn't see anything that made sense. For just like an awesome chance I could manage my risk well. It was back testing levels of support. It wasn't doing any of the crazy things that I think Blair was doing, or that FTM could be doing, or that a multitude of other assets could be doing. If we're looking around, what were some of the other ones? Well, Bitcoin Cash by itself, it looks great to me. I mean, they keep making higher lows. It's not like the most insane one, but File was great. I mean, like, to a degree. Like, see, why have you not posted another trade setup on File or whatever? Well, because, like, again, I don't know if this is good enough. Locally, it's not. Look, like X, A, B. Then fine, the B point is concluded. Give me a C and a pivot. And then give me an edge. Because there was an edge on Blair on a second test. This is one test locally. So it doesn't really make me excited. Sure, you could just keep going, but you know, whatever, man. Let it go. Like, wait for the one. You'll find them. They will come to thee if you wait long enough. Local confirmation lows with seller exhaustion implied in an uptrend at a key inflection point. That's what you're looking for over and over and over again on all markets. Just like there are times when assets will show, I mean, it's really not even that bad. Triple bearish divergence at a key inflection point. You can tell the weakening of the rally with the slightly higher low. And then, you know, bearish and golden candle today really hasn't done crap. It hasn't really followed through yet. But again, it's just the same mentality, right? It's a different market completely. And you got one high, then the slightly higher high in triple bearish divergence. It's not really good. This is like, you would think way more downside, but it hasn't happened yet. It may never happen because it's just too strong, man. Central banks just keep buying golds. And like the historical context could be just so insane, right? Where it's like, wow, you've been range bound for so long. And actually this time you're running out of supply and maybe the bearish divergence doesn't play out. But there are other like cryptos where you're looking for the framework. Or some other ones, trying to think. I think Algo or Atom, one of them was kind of, yeah, like, look at this Algo, man. You got to wonder, is it already done? Is it 1 and 2 already? Or are they going to, you know, really test it one more time? Man, this one makes it kind of tough. Like, because you just didn't get much time there, but they have confirmed what was once a support for the first time in 2019. A springback test before a huge upside, April 2020, and then another test in December 2022. They have broken it. You're in an uptrend, and they've already formally back tested it as support. So you got to wonder, like, are we going to 23.5 next? 28? But Chili's was below these magical levels. It was below it woefully after confirming a top, and there was no level that it really rallied off of outside of just the 200-day moving average. I would never really recommend, oh, you're just longing a bullish back test of the 200. Only if the 200 was confluent with the historical level at the same time. Okay. But moving averages, you like them, you want to see the price above them, but you're not really like trading them. It's like trend health. Like, okay, are we above the 200? Check. All right, good. Well, we're below the 50, right at it. And we're below the 20 and the 50. What about Unibot? It broke out. We have a breakout, a confirmed breakout on Unibot. Hello? Did it not work? I thought my Jesus chimes are broken. That's a breakout, man. Highest daily candle close confirmed on Unibot since September 1st. Highest daily close and price of 2024. And you do have a target of 150. But hey, man, I mean, like 100 was a minor target anyway. Like that's, hey, yeah, from where it was, $100. And now you're above it. It's like, okay, 150. And if you ever broke that, holy crap. I mean, you're talking like 200. Oh, a lot of vaults have similar situations. Algo, yeah, they do. We've looked at a few. Let's see what. Lind is pretty good too. I mean, it's like ascending, broadening wedge stuff too. I mean, I see 3 valleys, but it's the issue with Lind is it's maybe holding one peak. It's one inflection point support again, but there is a resistance that it can't break. But I mean, you could try to set up a stop below 94 and let it ride for max upside. I mean, because if it breaks 112, I'm thinking like the hard target, like 186, 170 up there, swing low and overhead resistance. There's so much upside if this plays out, if it breaks out, but it also could be looked at like you are at the tip top of maybe some sort of range here. You got to be careful because it could be max downside if like things don't go well for Bitcoin, you know, if the buyers are not able to come back in, you know, because stock market index funds, man, just like there's no value. Like I don't know who would be continuously buying here. Like it's just you want to see a pullback on the stock market for the sake of the health of everything. But the thing is, you're just like, wow, it's a confirmation high, possibly over 2 years. So this one's okay, but then there's just like some discrepancies. Dot was one too, maybe. Yeah, look at Dot, man. Where it's like they're defending, you're above 668. Very real level, undeniable level. They're holding it again. Some better than others, right? Yeah, Weight Watchers got wrecked, dude. Yep, holding the level. So, and there's more and more like that as we've already looked at. But then a lot just like opportunity. It's just a muddy waters, chop, and not much opportunity. I mean, like Link, it's elevated, man. Like they're so it's like breakout watch, but breakout watch. When you're on breakout watch, that means like you're on potential failure and collapse watch because you're up against the resistance and they have not been able to break it since November. But maybe they're absorbing the supply there. You want to have an alert set up, that's for sure. But it's hard to manage your risk. And that's all we're trying to do here is manage our risk and have the most maximum upside when you manage your risk appropriately with the entries and stop losses. And it's just harder here. There's a spider. Like dude, this stuff is like, okay, it keeps staying elevated, but I don't know how you can justify taking fresh entries on this stuff. It's obscene. Like it could keep going too, but just because it keeps going doesn't mean there's a meaningful swing trade long. Okay, there's just not. You're paying 99% premium, high to low. That's Fibonacci anchoring, 99%. It's really expensive to be buying the spider right now, based on Fibonacci. And that's the case with all of them. Dow Jones is even worse because it hit all-time highs. I mean, my God, dude, how can you justify taking a long here? Take some profit, man. If you were in on that, take some profit on the dragon. Whatever, number going to keep going up. NASDAQ composite. Crazy premium. It could get crazier though with an 886 test and 15.4, but underperforming Dow Jones and the S&P 500, because if this was the S&P 500, it would be trading around 16,000. Okay, just looking at the index funds so you're aware of what's happening. All right, see what happens. False bullish breakouts can have consequences, right? See it. The range, the failure, drawing down, lowest daily candle close since December 13th, lowest daily candle close of 2024. Good. Yeah, AMD had that news, right? They got upgraded, whatever. The falling wedge. Incredible. Oh man, that's something else. Highest daily candle close, possibly ever. Nah. It was, in fact, literally, no, not kidding, the second highest daily candle close ever on AMD, rivaling the November 29th, 2021 all-time high on the close. Well, here we are. Don't you wish Bitcoin was AMD? Because think about it, November 2021, that's when Bitcoin bubble popped too. Look at what it did. Same thing as Bitcoin, but look, dominating Bitcoin. Completely dominating in performance. Same with NVIDIA. Yeah, so I mean, think about it. If this was the Bitcoin chart and it was following, Bitcoin did the same thing that AMD did, we'd be sitting nice and cozy around the Hay Song. We'd be the Hay Song threshold. But Bitcoin could perform anything like AMD. We would be playing the Hay Song every day if it performed like NVIDIA. Sorry. Beautiful stuff, man. I'm sure we'll be seeing all-time highs soon enough on AMD. Lisa Sue Bay. We can look at NVIDIA too. Also, all-time highs. Nearing the 1618, 571, 50. Unstoppable. Yep, semiconductors superior to Bitcoin. Sorry, chat. Well, of course, AMC making fresh lows. Yeah, AMC's a joke. GameStop, joke. They are jokes, yes. So yeah, man, we can look at the sectors too if you want to see like underlying stuff here. Let's just look at this isn't one of the sectors really. This is just the entertainment and leisure sector. Well, you made a lower high. You tested a level as resistance. Dang, it's a bearish back test. Now you're headed to 39.26. Range bound, super range bound. Yeah, if you don't hold 39.26, you're in a lot of trouble. But yeah, is that like a major double bottom? Maybe, man, on the weekly. XLE, this is real bad, man. It's like makes you not feel good about anything. Like that, this has been staring here. The XLE and the oil stocks, some of the individual stocks look pretty good. They just did. But this one, the XLE itself, did not look good. It's scary. Like, you're talking about major rising wedge pattern with a bearish breakdown and then 2 confirmed bearish back tests virtually of the rising wedge. And the utter failure from market participants over the course of 18 plus months to break the old 2008 all-time high. So at a level where the entire cycle ended and we crashed, the buyers many years later have been unable or unwilling to breach that same level. Far too much supply or not enough demand. And you got to really admire the local price action. That very subtle...
Ship monthly, double bottom. This thing takes forever but could be a real good one. 3.2342612 fill.
Thank you, Pegleg. On the XLE, that very subtle local 2 lower highs than the high before it, which was the pattern completion zone of the very real bearish Gartley 886 bearish Gartley, the 618 on B, higher low on C. I'd just be, you know what happened today? Lowest daily candle close on the XLE since July of 2023, man. And now, soon to be testing another major inflection zone that the consequences falling below 78.37 would be very real. 63 to $60 below 78, $80. This is not a joke, man. Not a joke at all. This is what things look like before they reverse, whether it's an S coin or it's oil. I'm sorry, does this not look kind of similar to something we'd seen before? I don't know, man. Like maybe the S coins 3 months ago? Yeah, very similar. So you better pray buyers come in soon or it's really completely over for the XLE. Better pray. Communication sector knows no boundary. Not much resistance really, right? I mean, you go to the weekly, nothing here till 82 plus dollars. It just keeps going. Nasty bearish divergence though. Oh man, this is like you're getting close to a major local reversal. Look, you can almost see the wedge. Look how it's just doing this. Good Lord. Just right there, man. That on top of anyone going short on the XLC, because this is overextended. Buyers are effing exhausted, man. I don't keep double clicking. It's not. And then now today, look what's going on. You got like this slightly higher high, pathetic higher high, and just another lower level. And it's like, what? Are you kidding me? You got that going on with the bearish divergence. That's ugly stuff, man. XLB, which is a material sector, is falling back into this, like, you know, the old supply line. Up thrusted through it. Now you've fallen back below it woefully. Lowest daily candle close confirmed since early December. So lowest close of 2024 on the XLB. Dow Jones transportation. Well, man, I mean, you had this massive W, and now you've got like this. That's such a beautiful. See how it broke down, but there was never a formal back test until now, late December. You see it. It's that high right there from May of 2021. Perfect. And that's another lower high. Look, you had a highest high, then a lower high, then a slightly lower high, and now you're talking another lower high. Like the most subtle distribution been going on for what, a couple of years now. Could be headed to 14K. It's a real bearish backtest. XLY, consumer discretionary. My God, what a crazy, amazing fractal reversal, and still been going. But now I'm just testing a resistance and failing. You know, any pullback, hopefully you make a higher low and run again. Not the worst of the sectors. The XLI, industrial, it just hit all-time highs. Oh, wonder, yeah, the Dow Jones Industrial Average did too. How much of an edge? Just very, very elevated, and no value. What are you gonna do? How long that? XLF, financial sector that really recovered that higher low. I mean, if anything, you would think eventually $35 for a back test to see if it's real. The breakout was real because there was no back test when it broke. Okay. Trying to find its footing. Damn, man, is there that supply line still? Oh my God, it's like pretty much this same supply line being tested again. Good Lord, I would not want to own XLF up at these levels after seeing that. That's like a huge right-angled ascending broadening formation. Let's look at the XLRE. Not part of the 11, but still the real estate sector. After the false bearish breakdown, a huge squeeze. And now just look, testing a resistance from 2019. And that's it. No value. Could be bull flagging maybe. XLV. Yeah, no, I had this as a diamond. And, you know, they broke the diamond. But they defended that freaking level again. You know, this healthcare fund. And now you've run to the upside, and you're not breaking one. I don't think you can really like this until you're breaking 142. It's just sideways, man. 125 to 142, just a couple ranges, bottom to top. Utility sector really doesn't look that great, man. I mean, it's like the trend reversed. Just kind of this stuff, just like inverse Bitcoin. You know, like all right, just all it's doing higher highs, higher lows, and then just pulls back pretty bad. You know, the ETF, and then still somehow making higher lows, virtually the opposite, right? It's like, oh, that 200 moving average, like Adam and Eve double top up here. Look at that. This old demand line, dude, this thing takes you back to 2009, I think. 2009 demand line. That look, you can't make up how well respected it's been, right? Even after the COVID crash, they re-regarded it as support with a back test May of 2020. Before it continued again. And then, well, what they did, 2022, the back test. But now, you are below it, you've broken it, and you're like back testing it as resistance, and you're currently trading below it. So, the XLU is in a downtrend. It's been in a downtrend really since that December 22nd, 2022 peak, where you get your first lower high in a very, very long time. But then the lower low, lower highs, lower lows, lowest high so far. Just confirmed. XLK, which was tech. You can thank semiconductors for keeping this propped up near its all-time highs. I mean, extreme premium, but it's running, man. Yeah, 1272 levels. Wow. XLP. Consumer staples. You could very well still be in like Wyckoff distribution. Like you're going on some run and you're just waiting to see a lower high than the previous highs. That's all you're doing. You're just waiting. But this has its own like crazy demand line that goes back to 2009. They haven't tested yet. Long since 2020. All right, there's all the sectors, man. Okay. Did we have a request? Oh yeah, I can look on here now. All right, Pepe for Meme Lord. He wants the Pepe. All right. Oh yeah. By the way, Jonathan, what do you think about buyers defending this this channel's trend line here?
I like turtles.
You should leave immediately.
Dang, man. All right. Thank you, Jonathan. Jonathan Nation. They're holding and holding and holding and then back testing the holds yesterday. I mean, that's not bad price action. Like, I mean, you understand things that can happen, like the breakdown and then the follow through and then the bearish back test and do the opposite. Like, there can be bad price action. The bad price action did not happen yet. It has not occurred here. It's only good price action, positive price action at the level, just like Bitcoin for now. And the moment that changes, I'm gonna be going live and we'll be talking about it. Say, oh crap, it was all fake out. Well, we're breaking below the demand line. Now we're back testing the demand line as resistance. Not looking great. Could be more downside. But that's not happened yet. We have to wait for that. Bomba Pepe. Can't remember which Pepe I look at. Oh, I found it. First try. Well, not much to look at. I mean, still trading above that 8,000, 8,800 level. No real back test. Maybe just too much demand. Looks like what they're trying to do is hold this one low from May of 2023 once, twice, now again. But I'm seeing all these like local lower highs here. I don't really like that. It's like a lot of distribution going on. The lower highs, then the lower lows. It's almost like three falling peaks behavior. But again, the trend's still okay. I mean, hard to look at this and be excited. Like I'm not seeing, you know, it's all about the framework. Am I able to, like, right now identify something that really sticks out where it's just a no-brainer? I can easily just enter and have a stop loss set up strategically below a key inflection point because the price is so close to it. I don't think I can right here. It doesn't mean Pepe is going to collapse. It just means I think you're getting more towards the coin flips. And that's okay. I think 99% of the time, assets are going to be in coin flips. But then sometimes we can get really fortunate by scanning over thousands of assets and finding the assets that have that increased probability outcome using the traditional technical analysis framework. Yeah, like you look at the 12 hour, I hate the 12 hour, like locally. I do not like. But okay, here the higher low coming in the previous low. Look at the little bullish hammer right there. See, I hate when assets look like that because they can also resolve the other way, where it's like 1 and 2, and then, oh God, here's 3, and then one low, then the lower low. I mean, that's distribution pattern, but they can resolve going up too because the trend preceding it is higher highs, higher lows. So you got like contradicting variables, I guess you could say, where like, oh, you're staring at something that maybe looks really bearish a lot of times, but the trend's still okay. So, okay, you break this 12,590, probably easy back up to 14.4 and then 16.6. This next one was ship on the monthly. Sea Energy Maritime Holdings. Yes, dear, the salespeople make sales. How about that, man? Been a while since I've been here, but this one happened right there. So it looked like we were at, when I was here, someone requested, I guess, identified like a potential double bottom, and then it went a little lower. But it still played out to be like a big double bottom, and that's what we're talking about on the monthly. Jeez. Oh, this thing must have split. All my trend lines are screwed. Yep. This thing split at some point. When did it split? Oh, look at the split was way back here. Monthly, he says, though. Oh. Yeah, dude. It's incredible. It's legit like this bullish harmonic completed. Forget the scam wig, okay? You gotta sometimes be open-minded. All right, forget the scam wig. That was probably a dumb news catalyst that failed and wasn't anything. Just looking at what makes sense here. It's like you just got like this. A little deep on B too. So it's not really a formal M shape, but I can, if you go to like the weekly. God, hold on. Let me see it on the weekly. God. Yeah, the weekly. And it's like just ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, see on the monthly, like it's there on the weekly, but on the monthly it's just a wick, and okay, take out the noise. What makes more practical sense here? And it's like that. It's just your standard M shape, type 2. And yeah, the monthly, okay, if you were going to target aggressively, could take 2 years, 3 years to play out, but $13.39 to $16. $13.37 for elite. Yeah, 1 and 2. I mean, again, this could take forever if it's going to play out. Forever. It's a weekly chart at the basement. Yeah, but you got a chance, man. But you can get another pretty big, bad pullback before it keeps going. Only 224,000 volume, too. So 147 million market cap, 191,000 volume, 30-day average. Is not where it doesn't meet the criteria. You want 1 million volume plus on assets you're trading, man. You just do. So good luck on SHIP. Sea Energy Maritime Holdings Corporation. Yeah, it's at a basement. It's bottoming structure. This is definitely a bottoming structure, right? Potentially. That's it. Those are a request, man. Beautiful. Here's your a weekly on Ethereum.
Evening, Mitch.
Beautiful.
Can you look at Cure? Where would you set up a stop and targets?
Balapa, thank you, man. Sure. We can do that. Let's go to it right now. What was it called? Cure with a Q. If you're a viewer and you view on YouTube and you have ad blocker, please let me know in the chat. Are you noticing your RAM is collapsed? How it's struggling your performance using YouTube? Like it's like you have a 1999 computer. Have you noticed that? Okay, I found a workaround. I've already done it and it works perfectly, dude. It's been confirmed.
Can you
yeah,
take a look at the TA
all you have to do is go ahead and install
one of my favorite projects launching
uBlock.
mainnet in Q2.
Install uBlock
Thanks.
and then uninstall AdBlock, and that's the workaround, and it works perfectly. There are no ads. It's like the same thing. So you do that, you're good. And you will be like, thank you so much. Okay, so we're looking at a rug pull collapse, utter collapse. I look at this weekly. I mean, you're nearing an all-time low. But just because you're nearing an all-time low doesn't mean you should buy it. Dude, the more I look at these, the more I see like what happens on assets like this, the more I say, give me an uptrend and give me a nice 30, 50% pullback, whatever, and then the bullish pattern and the long-term bullish trend. Give me those. I'd rather long that than something like this. This thing sits at 475 for like 3 months and you own it and then it just collapses. Because there's just like, all right, there's a reason why it's at its lowest price since 2017. One of the big reasons is it doesn't make any money, like at all. Cure. I wouldn't touch this. I just, looking at the weekly, I wouldn't do anything with it. Because it could take years or at least 6 months plus for a bottoming structure to develop. Just because you get to a support doesn't mean crap. You got to get to the support. Then you got to show the composite operator. We got to witness his signature. An ongoing buying campaign, which is a range that lasts for a long time. You don't have anything. There's no evidence at all that the composite operator is accumulating this garbage, trash. So you're asking me about taking it long. I wouldn't do anything. There's nothing I'd do. Can't change my mind. I would just rather own something else that isn't an uptrend. I'd be looking for, I'm just not looking for garbage like this. Dude, is it going to double bottom on the weekly? Maybe it is, man. I just don't care. It could go, it pumps 50% tomorrow. You'll come back in here, dude, you were talking crap about Cure. It goes up 50%. It's still a major, colossal loser. No matter what you say, this thing's garbage until there's some sort of framework we can use to long it. There's nothing, man. Nothing. Tell me when you change from ad block to U block, tell me it works. Let me know, chat. Let your problem be remedied now.
Double top dollar QSR stock. Short.
It's Charizard to me. Charizard. Thank you, dude. We can get QSR stock. Sure. It works, Avi. Boom. Peaches Gaming says it works. Let's freaking go. I don't know Bitcoin Graffiti. I use Chrome. Okay, so let's continue. Bitcoin 43,155. But again, extreme cautious optimism on Bitcoin. Buyers defending that not just the demand line, but the 2021 ICE line. Now you must cry tears of joy, gaming, Peaches Gaming. Wait, why is this not popping up now? Oh God. Oh, I get it. There we go.
Would you be so kind to look at H-bar, please? I greatly appreciate your teachings.
The blessings are mutual.
God bless
Thank
you.
Yeah, U block with just a U, not Y-O-U. Thank you, thank you. Okay, N-O-A-A. Sorry about this, man. Yes, you're at basement. You strategize stop loss low 475 and long it at $5. Good luck, dude. Good luck. NOIA sounds like a scuffed collegiate program or collegiate league. Centrify Connect. Dang, man. Well, I mean, you kind of just like, you kind of like missed this initial run, but it was just doing like what a lot of others were doing that just isn't that great. It was just like, it was in the category of meh. Again, you're always looking for the framework, right? And the framework here was broke this key support, violated it. Yeah, I get it though. Like all the others, 98% retraces. All right, one low, the second. The weekly probably pretty good. Anything above 4 cents would have been okay when they redefended and they back tested it, and then since then it's gone. There's no way to strategize or manage risk in any capacity now. It'd be complete FOMO, insanity. I don't care if it keeps going higher. This is not about where is it going next immediately. I need to know. Oh my God, please. That's not what this stream's about. That's what every other stream's about. This is about, can we strategize an entry right now? Strategize an entry with a stop loss below key level. You can't. You just can't. But all we can do is look at next levels, and you're pretty much near at one. There's like a candle open, close right there at 10.9, 11 cents. And then above that's 15 to 16.6 cents. That's it. Those are the levels. That's all I can do on this chart. Time to, if you really wanted to talk about it, time to be requesting was probably mid-December sometime. So, because the only thing I'd have done is just talked about, hey man, price action correlating to this level here. It's very real. Swing low in 2020 multiple times. Nothing to do now. But to say, hey, if it's going to keep going, 11 cents, 15 cents, 16 cents, maybe 30 cents after if it breaks that. But then again, maybe 21 cents. Billy Greenbow was frozen over today. They froze Greenbow. QSR stock. Restaurant. Oh yeah, restaurant brands. Yeah. Oh boy. Wow, man. It looks like, are you working on a confirmed top here? Jeez, not at the good spot. This is like 99% retrace. Look, that was the old all-time high. Gosh dang, dude. Okay, so they failed the first time, major drawdown, then this huge V-shaped rally, and then they tested, they confirmed a top. And so it's like, is it one top and two tops? Pretty real bearish divergence there. Rolling over today, down 3.34%. And that's the lowest daily candle close of 2024. I mean, these are assets where it's like, hey man, if you're gonna do anything, you can only go short. You can't go long. Going long's crazy. That doesn't make any sense to go long. How do you strategize an entry stop loss? You can't. After all, the only thing you can do is like stop loss below 79.50, stop loss and short it. But again, like, this market's so whacked out. Look, man, times to take action right here. What this arrow is, exactly. Like there was this key level from history. It was so real. Then the sellers broke it, but then the buyers recaptured it. And then they reconfirmed the validity of the IS line support. That's where you can strategize an entry and a stop loss very easily. You can't do any of that now. All you can do is be like, okay, it's double topping, time to short it. I'm not saying I would be going short right now. I just look at it and say, no opportunity for me. I'm just going to move on. Nope, space bar. So let's just keep it in the space bar. So we find things where we can strategize perfectly for longs and uptrends. That thing's like kind of been in an uptrend. You're talking about shorting it. I'm just looking for well-established uptrends where I can find corrections and then the momentum shifting, reaccumulation. Okay. Hey man, Lind's probably... You're in better shape on Lind. Okay. Above 112. Bye-bye. 170, 186. Soul's looking pretty good. Starting to look good again, man. Oh, God. It's HSI, man. Hang Seng. Asia woke up and they said, keep selling, dude. Good God. The market, I think, just opened. When circuit breaker, when short selling banned in China to me is China. All right, man. So just getting wrecked. Lowest prices I'm speaking to you since November 3rd. Yikes. See what I'm saying? Like, what are you going to do, man? You're going to go long on not even a type. It's not even a harmonic till they pivoted to type 1.
Please check out Byte.
Let's let this thing go to 0. Jahan, thank you for the 20. We will certainly look at that. And thank you for your first super chat ever on stream. Thank you, dude. I'm in the chat for Jahan. Could be Yehan or Yeon. All the J's and the H's silent, maybe.
Chain link, my dude.
We did look at chain link, Rob, but we can look again for you. Sure. Get Rekt, Chinaman. I'm just going to have an alert set up, okay? If we're like crashing, you're just going to hear another beep later. Gosh, I was about to look at something. Oh, Soul. So you got to see this, man. All right. This is. Oh yeah, chat. Oh yeah. This could be time for 124, 130 on Soul. See, it's doing the little Bukowski bump, the double bottom locally. This is it, man. This is it. Unless they fail, Soul is ongoing breakout.
Look here. Look, listen.
I had it on my other computer. There's this level back here. Is it not here? Oh, I know what I did. So I was always using the candle close, right? This candle low close right here. That's where all that little bull count, like FTM's doing the same thing. See that candle low close? Look at this. It's freaking beautiful, man. You see that? How they're once, and then it looks better on lesser time scales, like a 12-hour. Oh yeah, man, like that's what they did. They sprung it, they back tested it. They didn't even spring it. The buyers never really lost it on the closes. It was just always closing at. You didn't get one close below that level for mystery. And then Shark, and now dude, this could be it. On Soul. Wow. Sorry, I gotta alert the peoples. Just gotta know. Recaught its footing. Yes. Opry, Imperial, yes. That is the Chinese stock market. The Hang Seng. All right, so that was, let's just have another alert set up. Things are getting nuts on Soul. Oh, you Charizard talking about shorting, so yeah, I mean that's all you can do. H bar for Lino. Well, H bar actually doing one of the things, though it's kind of like okay, like the others. It's doing that thing, right? The low, then the slightly higher low, but it's just it's so elevated. It's a nice trend, and buyers defending. Daily looks good. See, it's just in the zone here. I mean, hidden bullish ever. Look, an inverted hammer. Hey, look at the last time we had a hammer. It was beautiful. Look at this. Inverted hammer. So freaking real on H-bar. And follow through confirmed it. So if that played out, yeah, you're probably going back up here to 10 cents. But let me show you. It's just not a joke, right? It was resistance, a resistance, reversal point, resistance, support, and then resistance up. I mean, like, it's just a real level that buyers are trying to defend, and you got a Japanese candlestick reversal right there with follow through. So it looks very similar to Soul locally, right? It's like dragon stuff, like 1 and then 2 after the correction. So above 8.3, that is your target, nearly 10 cents, 9.5 cents. But remember, you're pushing your luck always on something like this because this has been in the making for too long. The harmonic framework was brilliant, and it ran up and played out like the Jesus. It's virtually concluded, the swing trade, position trade from the aggressive harmonic target trader. The targets have been hit, A and C. Like, if you ever did break 10 cents, though, it would take you to another insane world. Like, you'd be possibly doubling up or going up 80%, 16 cents after 10, 60% upside, whatever. I mean, so I would think, like, the TA has been respected, but again, that's just a chapter closing. If the trend is truly reversed to the upside, the chapter concludes and a new chapter begins in the book. Okay, so I think, like,
can you take a look at VFC on the monthly? We have the 886. They do clothing like North Face and Timberlands.
Oh yeah, they do. They do that. They went woke, super woke. Thank you. Lino, thank you so much. Bite for Yeon. It's an old S coin, ancient S coin. Bytecoin. There's only like one exchange you can look at it on, so yikes. Oh, this is not the same thing. Yeah, we can get a render, sure. Sure, Rob. Robathy. Is this what you want, Jahan? Yehan? Yeon? Is this what you wanted? This chart right here? That's it. Okay. Well, I mean, not much data to work with, yeah? Nothing to work with on this, really. And that's it. They're trying to backtest the candle close as support. Hard to manage your risk. Hard to really do anything on this. Again, you're looking for the framework. Oh, is there a double bottom, ascending triangle, harmonic, type 2, bullish divergence, all happening inflection points from history? You don't have any of that. I mean, to use traditional technical analysis here, it's kind of doesn't work. It's not really working here. I guess if they keep it above this 1221 level long enough, it could be running higher, but dude, you got to have data, and this thing was listed on December 14th. That's not enough data at all. That's like me trying to look at the Bitcoin. Dude, why haven't you looked at the Bitcoin ETFs, man? The ARK-B chart. Like, what are you going to do? Like, what do I do with no data? I can't. ARK-B, bro, down 0.8%. FBTC. Fidelity, the best ticker ever. Dude, we got a hammer on everything. Everything's hammering. My God, it's a Zeus of hammers, which is when there's a multitude of hammers, right? A group. It's like a murder of crows, a gaggle of geese, a Zeus. A Zeus of hammers or something. First green candle ever. It doesn't mean anything, right? I'm just making the point. It doesn't mean crap. Okay, anyway, so let's look at render and then VFC. You ever heard of Render, man? Yeah, dude, Render been doing things. Ah, it's definitely doing things, man. I mean, unstoppable uptrend and some levels from history. I'm going to show you here. I mean, it's a swing low from December of 2021. And guess what happened? Not too much later, it flipped to resistance and collapsed. Okay, so there's history. Iceland, no history on that other chart. But here, history. Look at the price action correlate to its history. Doing very similar things to a handful of other altcoins, right? Like FTM and whatever. The ones we looked at on stream already. So, I mean, anything above 330, 350? I mean, the trend could certainly resume. I mean, you haven't seen positive momentum in 2024 at all. You continue to lose the negative momentum. As long as they keep this thing propped up above $3.30 to $4, I mean, you could be eyeballing the next target, $6.15. I mean, at least $5.26, the local top. But if you're uptrending like this, and the trend's going to continue, you're going to attempt the rally, and that could be a double top or whatever potentially. But if they break it and we can resume this long established trend, $6.15 is your hard target. Just the candle high close back from December 2021. Look at the down, up, down, up, down. That's it. That's all that's happening. And this $4 level is also a candle high close and a wick high right there. It's kind of real too. So if you want to manage your risk, I don't think you could take profit at 527. I don't think you could get a 3-to-1. If you could do something like this, is the only way you could do it. And that's so far off still. I mean, God, you want to be as close as possible to 330 to 350. So you can have the tightest stop, and when you have the tightest stop, then you have the most maximum upside. Yeah, see, if you had an entry around 370, you could have a stop just at 320, and then you'd be able to take profit at that top, just in case it confirmed the top, double top, whatever, if you were able. But it's so much higher that you can't do that. How do you strategize? It's like impossible. So that's almost 3-1, and it's still kind of see 3-1 there. It's tougher. That's why you always want to be as close as you can be to the ice line, so you can have the tightest stop. You take on the least amount of losses if it fails, with the most maximum upside. So it's there you go. That's render. Comet's getting away. Oh. VFC for PDT. The VF Corporation Connect. Oh my God. Well, last time I was here, saw a wedge. And now look how bad, like it's such a bad trend. No one wants this woke garbage. No performance. It broke out, walked out, and then collapsed and made its lowest low ever? Or tested the lowest low ever, maybe? No, not yet. Tested its lowest price in 2009, and bounced only to make the lowest high. See, that's where you kind of are on Bitcoin. It's like, flip it. Like, oh my God, it's rivaling previously. It's kind of high or low, but it's still in the trend. And I would think the hard target's 1293 again, another test. Like, man, it's just lower highs upon lower highs. The trend is your friend. And then your bullish reversal patterns fail miserably. All indicators of who controls this asset, the sellers, not the buyers. It's a lower high. This is a lower high, the previous high. You get it? Lower high than the previous high. Well, this is a lower high than the previous high before it. Well, that's your trend. Something's trending. All you're doing, you're a loser. Lower highs. So if just the trend continues, you're eventually going to see the lowest low. Two most recent discernible events on this chart: the lowest low since 2009, and then the absolute lowest high of the entire bearish trend that has been ongoing. Really, I mean, since the blow off top collapse 2020. This thing had a split or something. Wow, man. Probably the most legendary Head and Shoulders in human history, right? Whew, sheesh. Yeah, you can't want anything to do with garbage like this. This is a loser that you should never want to own. Oh my God. All you're looking for are 98% retraces to go short, I guess. That's it. Monthly 886 though. Who cares, dude? I don't give a crap. Give me a buying signal. Like, it's just like, why? Something that is so... Is the composite operator, is there any evidence institutional money is buying this and they've been doing it over the course of time? No, there's none. Why would you really want to own something where there is no, like a loser like this, where there is no evidence of the composite operator accumulating? In fact, he doesn't want this. All he's doing is offloading every single time. They're fading every pop. I don't care if it's an 886. Sure, it could be at the 886 because it's the monthly, right? It could be the 886 for an entire effing year or 3 years. I'll wait until we see a bottoming structure that develops over the course of 3 years at the 886. Wake me up then, and then we'll revisit. Nothing to do until then, man. Sorry. I don't even care. Because compared to assets that exist, this can't compete. It doesn't matter what it does next. It's the technical argument compared to other assets. You have finite money. You're trying to put your money in the best argument. The best argument's going to be, again, the traditional technical analysis framework that we use, that I studied for 15 years, that's in textbooks, it's all over the internet. Applying a system. There is nothing you can do here on VFC, but look at it implode. Bitcoin graffiti, I believe they filed for that today, and I think within the next couple months we'll have clarity if like one will be able to actually short these Bitcoin ETFs. I don't think people can yet though. Could be off, but is there monthly harmonic? Yeah, maybe, but has there been any reaction? I don't see crap. All right, Dan. Well, I've been live an hour and a half now, so thank y'all for being here, and please hit that like button, that bell, that sub if you haven't. What's up, Neil? What are we talking about? Toronto Stock Exchange, London Stock Exchange, an S coin. Oh my God, it is an S coin. God, come on, man, you gotta help me out. What am I talking about? What am I looking at here?
Mitch, my guy. Can we have a look at CFX on the
This has
daily?
to be what you're talking
HTFM shape completed the
Here,
0.786 and 3 rising valleys.
Sit. S coin. Yep. Easy to strategize. Stop loss below 1684. Why? Because look what they're doing. The buyers have recaptured the level and then they've tested it once and twice. It's very similar. It's like a tighter form of Blur. But you're talking about 3 rising valleys. You don't even worry about it, man. You don't need it. Just think about it like the trend's your friend. It's higher highs, higher lows. And then your local lows once. It's so real, you cannot argue. It is undeniable as an inflection zone because of how many times throughout history it has been regarded as a reversal point to the upside or downside. Okay, they have just confirmed it once and then twice. No argument. You cannot argue. It happened. So if they just confirmed the bottom, it might be an area where one could take a long. They could give it a shot. Now, thing is, you're kind of far away from 1684 now. So strategizing is going to be a little tougher. I mean, you could say, forget it. I'll just like gamble and say, I'm just going to have a tight stop. And if it fails, it fails. But you can have a little bit more confidence because of the confirmation low. So you can maybe have a looser stop. But where you're going to take profit, whew. There's a high right there. And there's one right there too. I think your first target would be 28 cents. I'm going to show you. It's swing high, swing low. And then that candle high close from 2021. That's got to be the first target, right? Candle close, the wick. Yeah, I mean, just thinking about practical targets here. There's a candle high close, reversal, reversal, reversal. Pretty much reversal right there. I mean, 37 could be your second target. And then you might swing for the fence. I wouldn't. I would just say 45 after that. I mean, you're able to do stuff like that. But yeah, the thing is, look, it could do something like this and stop you out. And still be fine. That's why it's so tough when you get just a little too far away from the most optimum area, which the most optimum looks like it was 18.7 cents. So you could wait for a pullback. maybe you get one, like Bitcoin pulls back some and you drop 4%, and then it makes it a little bit easier if you got to, what would that be, like 19.2 cents. Yeah, you could wait a little bit and see. But I'll just tell you, despite the risk reward, I'm just telling you, this right here is just like this. It's so similar. Inflection point, confirm bottom, divergence there. All right, and you can take shots on things like that. There's a structure. Bitcoin on the new day down $170. Might as well be at zero. So Neil, great request, man. And I hope that you get the exact same altcoin that you got on Blur. You got to have help from Bitcoin, okay? So that's it though, man. That's stream. The line in the sand on Bitcoin. I think the first line in the sand is really 41,986. Possibly another line would be like 41.7, like below that candle low close from January 14th. But then you have like another line in the sand that's way lower, where I think like if you were trying to trade this, if you were being like opportunistic with the defense from buyers at the key levels, you probably would already be stopped out. Because I think like if you're getting stopped out below that 41.7, there's a really good chance the price will see 40,665, and that's the last thing you want. Because they've been defending it. I don't think you want to see it again. But the good news is you have all this leeway still. You got a couple grand, couple $1,000 before it starts getting bad. Oh my God. Hang Sing. Oof. Down 4% now. This is delayed though. What's the... I got an updated one. Hold on. China not going to let me leave, huh? CN. It's the CN. What? This one's not really updating. Oh, how real this was though. Classic distribution, certainly. This is the China A50. Lowest price since 2019. 5-year lows.
Just bury it down inside. Bury it deep down in there and never bring it up again.
That's right. China. Getting Ricky Bobby, dude. Yep, it's bad news for Asia. This is why you're not seeing moves up at this hour ever now in crypto. Ever. Oh my God, look at the HK33. Sheesh. Like virtually crashing, man, between yesterday and today. Session lows as I'm speaking to you. Come on, dude. Let's go buy Alibaba and NIO, dude. Come on, bro. Yep, that's so crazy. Last time price was at this, we were in Vegas. We had a meetup and things were getting bad. But it was everything that was kind of, I think the stock market had just begun to bottom out. Everything kind of bottomed out. Just, this is October 31st, November 1st, new month, new price action. But yeah, Asia's not going to push Bitcoin up. It's only going to be Wall Street. Asia's got no more. I don't think Asia has any sort of relevance in Bitcoin anymore. Like, they got bigger fish to fry. You're looking at it. All right, so I have your alert set up on the HK33HKD chart and the CN50 USD chart. Those are live. They're not delayed. I don't know. It's like, to me, when like Europe or Asia's melting down, collapsing, I always start like paying attention to them. Like I really want to know. I just like, how are they doing? There's actual price action. They're collapsing. Head and Shoulders playing out. Remember how beautiful it was when all the European stocks like had different patterns, but they were all reversal patterns and they all played out like the Jesus. It was so unbelievable back in 2022. Okay, so good luck, Asia. You're gonna need it for sure. Bitcoin, you need Wall Street now. Like, you're on your own. So it's hard to think about Bitcoin pumping with Asia collapsing, you know, so probably gonna take it easy tonight. But who knows? All right, well, thank y'all for coming out. Appreciate the likes, love, support, contributions. Did someone sneak one in on me? A request? Yeah. No, they didn't. We're good. So be sure to join the Discord if you haven't. The Discord link is pinned in the chat. You get notified when I go live. YouTube will fail to notify you. You'll miss live streams. That's where the conversation continues when this live stream inevitably ends. So thank y'all for coming out, and I'll just be back. Until next time, respect, T.A.
I'm done.